Today you will learn about graphing linear equations in two variables. You will learn how to graph the equations and calculate the x and y intercepts to help you graph the equations. To begin, let's review. Yesterday we saw equations like x plus 2y is equal to 7. In this table of values, you are given all of the x values. You need to calculate the y values to find the ordered pairs and graph the equation. Go ahead and pause the video while you calculate the y values given those x values. When x is -3, you'll have -3 plus 2y is equal to 7. When you solve for y, you get y is equal to 5. So you have the ordered pair, x is -3, y is 5. When you have x is -1, you'll have -1 plus 2y is equal to 7, or when you solve for y is equal to 4. So you have the ordered pair, -1, 4. When x is 0, 0 plus 2y is equal to 7. When you solve for y, you get y is equal to 7 halves. When x is 1, 1 plus 2y is equal to 7. When you solve for y, you have y equals 3. So you've got the ordered pair, x is 1, y is 3. And finally, when x is 3, 3 plus 2y is equal to 7. When you solve for y, you get y is equal to 2. So you have the ordered pair, 3, 2. Pause the video while you graph those ordered pairs. Now let's check the points and make sure that the resulting line to connect the points is linear. That will tell us we've done our math correctly. Here's the point -3, 5. Here's the point -1, 4. Here's the point 0, 7 halves. Here's the point 1, 3. And here's the point 3, 2. You notice if I draw a line, it connects all those points. All of those points were solutions to the linear equation, and they should all fall in the straight line that represents the graph of that equation. Any point that you pick that falls on that line will be a solution to the linear equation x plus 2y is equal to 7. The graph of any linear equation in two variables is a straight line. At least 2 points are needed to draw a line, and a third point will help you check to make sure your math is correct. Here's another equation, 5x plus 2y is equal to -10. In this table, you're given x values. Go ahead and pause the video and calculate the y values. When x is -2, you'll have 5 times -2 plus 2y is equal to -10. Solve for y. Y is equal to 0. So you have the ordered pair, x is -2, y is 0. When x is 0, you'll have 5 times 0 plus 2y is equal to -10. Solve for y. Y is equal to -5. That gives you the ordered pair of x is 0, y is -5. Finally, when x is 2, you'll have 5 times 2 plus 2y is equal to -10, or y is equal to -10. So you have the ordered pair 2, -10. Go ahead and pause the video, graph the points, and check to make sure the resulting line is linear. Here's the point -2, 0, the point 0, -5, and the point 2, -10. Notice if I draw a line to connect the points, the line is a straight line. That means those 3 points are a solution to the linear equation 5x plus 2y equals -10. And because all 3 points fall in the line, we know we did our math correctly. Notice again that any point we pick on that line would be a solution to the linear equation 5x plus 2y is equal to -10. Here's another way to graph a line. We can find the x and y intercepts. To find the intercepts, we're going to let x equal 0, and we'll find y. This point is the y-intercept, or the point where the line intercepts or crosses the y-axis. So when x is 0, we get the y-intercept. When we let y equal 0 and find x, this point is the x-intercept, or the point where the line crosses the x-axis. When y equals 0, we find the x-intercept. Let's try it. When x is 0, we can cover up that x term because anything times 0 is still 0. so we know that y is equal to 4. We've found the ordered pair 0 and 4. When y is equal to 0, we can cover up the y term because anything times 0 is still 0. We have 2x is equal to 4. Divide both sides by 2, and we get x is equal to 2. We have two ordered pairs. We can graph the line. We can plot x is 0, y is 4, and x is 2, y is 0. Notice that those points fall on the y-axis and the x-axis. They are the x and y intercepts, but we can use those 2 points to draw the line. Any point on this line is a solution to the equation 2x plus y is equal to 4. Here's an equation, 5x plus 2y is equal to 10. Find the x and y intercepts. Here I also want you to plug in the value of x is equal to 4 to find another point for y to make sure you've done the math correctly. Go ahead and solve to find the x and y intercepts and the value of y when x is 4 while you pause the video. When x is 0, anything times 0 is 0, so we can cover up that term 5x. That gives us 2y is equal to 10. Divide both sides by 2. We know that y is equal to 5. When y is equal to 0, we know anything times 0 is 0, so we can cover up the 2y term. We have 5x is equal to 10. Divide both sides by 5. We know that x is equal to 2. And finally, to go ahead and find a third point, when we let x equal 4, we'll have 5 times 4 plus 2y is equal to 10. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract 20 from both sides. We have 2y is equal to negative 10. Divide both sides by 2. Y is equal to negative 5. So when x is 4, y is negative 5. Go ahead and graph those points and convince yourself they all fall on a straight line. Here's the points. When x is 0, y is 5. When x is 2, y is 0. And when x is 4, y is negative 5. You can see those points all fall on a straight line. That straight line is the graph of 5x plus 2y is equal to 10. And any point on that line is a solution to the linear equation 5x plus 2y is equal to 10. Here's another equation, x minus 3y is equal to 0. Go ahead and find the x and y intercepts, but also find the value of x when y is equal to 1. Pause the video while you do your work. Okay, with this one, when x is 0, we can cover up that x term. We know that negative 3y is equal to 0. Divide both sides by negative 3, we still get y is equal to 0. When y is equal to 0, we can cover up the y term because negative 3 times 0 is still 0. So we get x is equal to 0. When I write the ordered pair, two of our ordered pairs are both x is 0 and y is 0. We need two different points to graph a linear equation, so we're going to need that other value when y is equal to 1. So we plug in y is equal to 1, we have x minus 3 times 1 is equal to 0. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3, so we add 3 to both sides. We get x is equal to 3, or the ordered pair 3 and 1. Now graph those points and draw the line. When x is 0 and y is 0, there's your point. When x is 3 and y is 1, there's another point on the graph. As soon as we have 2 points, we can draw a line. This line represents the equation x minus 3y is equal to 0, and any point on that line is a solution to that linear equation. So that gives us another rule. If ax plus by is equal to 0, that means that we can use any values for a and b, any real values, and if the equation is set to 0, we know the line goes through the origin. So both the x and the y intercepts will be 0. So here, when we cover up 2x, we get y equals 0. We've got the ordered pair 0, 0. When we cover up y, 2x is equal to 0, or x is equal to 0, we've got the ordered pair 0, 0. So because that equation was set equal to 0, we know both the x and the y intercepts are at 0, 0, the origin. That means we've got to use another point to graph the line. I'll pick the value y is equal to -4, or to +4. When I do the math, I learn that x is equal to -2. So I've got another point, the ordered pair, -2 and 4. Go ahead and graph those points. When x is 0, y is 0. When x is -2, y is 4. I've got 2 points. I can graph the equation of the line. The line shows the graph of the equation 2x plus y is equal to 0. And any point on that line is a solution to the equation 2x plus y equals 0. Here's a different form of the equation. Y equals -4. We can rewrite this equation as 0x plus y is equal to a value. In our case, it's -4. Anytime we see something like this, y is equal to -4, we know we're going to see the graph of a horizontal line. Because it doesn't matter what the value of x is, y is always equal to -4. It's always equal to -4. So when x is 5, y is -4. When x is 0, y is -4. When x is -5, y is -4. That means we have the ordered pairs of 5, -4, 0, -4, and -5, -4. Notice that for every single value of x, y is -4. Now pause the video and graph those points. When x is 5, y is -4. When x is 0, y is -4. When x is -5, y is -4. When we connect those ordered pairs, we've got a straight line that's a horizontal line at the value y is equal to -4. Every point on that line will be a solution to the equation y is equal to -4 because it doesn't matter what x is. Y is always -4. The equation with y equals any value will always be a horizontal line. We have an equation of the form x is equal to any number or x is equal to h. We know that that will form a vertical line. So we can rewrite this equation as x plus 0y is equal to h. When x is equal to 8, we know that no matter what the value of y is, x is equal to 8. If y is equal to 8, x is equal to 8. If y is equal to 0, x is equal to 8. If y is equal to -8, x is equal to 8. X is always equal to 8. We can write the ordered pairs and graph the line. Go ahead and pause your video while you graph those points. When x is 8, y is 8. When x is 8, y is 0. When x is 8, y is -8. Notice x is always 8, and we've got the graph of the line. Notice it doesn't matter what y is. X is always equal to 8, and this graph is a vertical line. Here's another equation. X minus 4 is equal to 0. We can rewrite this as x is equal to 4. Ah, you recognize that. X is equal to a constant. X is equal to some number. Pause the video, write some ordered pairs, and graph the equation of the line. I know that x is always equal to 4. Doesn't matter what y is. The values I'll pick for y are 3, 0, and -5. You might have picked different ones. So that means I've got the ordered pairs. X is 4, y is 3. X is 4, y is 0. X is 4, y is -5. It doesn't matter what value y is. X is always 4. So when x is 4, y is 3. When x is 4, y is 0. When x is 4, y is -5, and I can graph the vertical line at x is equal to 4. For any y value along that line, x is always equal to 4. Here's another equation. It's a little different form. This one isn't in standard form. We call this slope-intercept form, as you'll learn in the next lesson. But we still need to graph this line. The easiest way is to find the x and y intercepts. So first, let's let x equal to 0. Go ahead and find the y value. When x is 0, we can cover up the x term so that we can see y is negative 2. We've got the ordered pair 0, negative 2. Now, let's find the x-intercept when y is 0. Go ahead and plug y is 0 into your equation. Find the value of x. When y is 0, we can cover up that term and plug 0 in for y. We can add 2 to both sides, so we have 2 is equal to 2x plus 3. Multiplied by the reciprocal, you'll get x is equal to 3. So when y is 0, x is 3. We've got the ordered pair 3 and 0. We might want to find another ordered pair to check our work. So let's let x equal negative 3. If x is negative 3, the 3's form a fraction that equals 1. We have 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. Negative 2 minus another 2 is negative 4. So negative 3, negative 4 is our ordered pair. We can graph the points. When x is 0, y is negative 2. When x is 3, y is 0. And when x is negative 3, y is negative 4. Notice all three of those ordered pairs fall on a straight line. That straight line is the graph of the equation y is equal to 2x, 2/3 x minus 2. And any point on that line will form a solution to that equation. Here's another equation. Y is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 3. Go ahead and find the x and y intercepts and find another point that falls on the line to graph the line. Okay, when we let x equal 0, we can cover up that x term. Negative 2/3 x can go away because anything times 0 is 0. We have y is equal to 3. So we have the ordered pair, x is 0, y is 3. That's the y-intercept. When x is 0, y is 3. Now, let y equal to 0. That means we can cover up that y term, but we're still going to have to plug in 0 and do some math. So subtract 3 from both sides. We get negative 3 is equal to negative 2/3 times x. Multiply by the reciprocal of negative 2/3, so we multiply by negative 3/2. When we do that, we get x is equal to 9/2, or 9/2. Finally, I'm going to pick the point x is equal to negative 3, the value x is equal to negative 3. When I plug that in, I'll have negative 2/3 times negative 3, which leaves me with a positive 2, and 2 plus 3 is 5. So I've got the y value of 5. I've got a third point I can graph. Go ahead and graph your ordered pairs. Make sure that they fall on a straight line, which says you've done your math correctly. When x is 0, y is 3. When x is 9/2, y is 0. And when x is negative 3, y is 5. Those three ordered pairs look like they fall in a straight line. I can draw the straight line to connect the dots, and any point on that line is a solution to the equation y is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 3. This is a graph of that equation. Here's another one. Looks similar, but the numbers are different. Y is equal to negative 3/2 x plus 3. Go ahead and find the x and y intercepts and graph the equation of the line. When x is 0, we can cover up the x term, so we know that y is equal to 3. We have the ordered pairs 0 and 3. When y is equal to 0, we can cover up that y term, but we're still going to have to plug 0 in and do some math. Subtract 3 from both sides. We get negative 3 is negative 3/2 x. Multiply by the reciprocal, negative 2/3, on both sides of the equation. When you do the math, you get x is equal to 2. So we have the ordered pair 2 and 0. Make sure you can do that math. It's math you'll need to know for the next exam. I'm going to head and find another ordered pair, find another point. So when I let x equal to 4 and plug 4 into that equation, I'll have negative 3/2 times 4 plus 3. That means I'll have negative 6 plus 3. You might do the math and make sure you can do this. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3, so y is negative 3. Here I have the ordered pairs 0 and 3. That's the y-intercept. The ordered pair 2 and 0, That's the x-intercept where the line crosses the x-axis. And we've got the third point, 4, -3. Those 3 points all fall on the straight line. This straight line represents the graph of y is equal to -3/2 x plus 3. And any point on that line is a solution to that equation. Here's a summary of the equations we've learned so far. When y is equal to a constant, we have a horizontal line. So when y is equal to -2, it doesn't matter what value x is, y is always equal to -2, a horizontal line. When x is equal to a constant, such as x is equal to 3, we have a vertical line. It doesn't matter what the value of y is, x is always equal to 3, the vertical line. When we have an equation of the form ax plus by is equal to 0, we know that that line goes through the origin. We need to use 2 other points to graph the line. And when ax plus by is equal to c, the right side of the equation is equal to some number, we can use the x and y intercepts to graph the line. Here's some examples of some lines that are graphed. We have 2y minus x is equal to 0. We know that one goes through the origin. Another line, 4x plus y is equal to 0. Again, because it's equal to 0, we know that line goes through the origin. You know, both of those lines cross at the origin. On the right side, we graphed 2y minus x is equal to 4 and 4x plus y is equal to -2. Those lines aren't going to go through the origin because they're set equal to constant. So you can see where the lines graph, they cross at a point somewhere other than the origin. Let's look at an application of these linear equations. For people born in the same decade, foot length and height are related. For example, a 5-foot 4-inch woman might wear a shoe size of 7, while a 5-foot 10-inch woman might wear a shoe size of 10. See if you can graph the 2 pairs of height and shoe size. So your ordered pairs are going to be height first for the x values, the shoe size for y. See if you can create a graph of those points. To create the graph, I'm going to use the height along the x-axis. I drew mine like this. I'm going to use shoe size on the y-axis. I drew mine like this. You might have done yours differently if you did it independently while you had the video paused. So then I can graph the points. The height is 5 foot 4 inches. The shoe size is 7. And the height is 5 foot 10 inches. The shoe size is 10. We can draw a straight line between those 2 points, and because we know they are related, we can estimate the shoe size of a woman who is 5 feet 0 inches tall. At 5 feet 0 inches tall, her shoe size must be about 5.